We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is still the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Summer Split, and it is going to be the last game for this evening for day 1 of week 7 of this tournament. Still joining you for tonight, I am Aika.
And I am Amplifier.
Alright, so it is still going to be GHUB and La Liga Pilipinas, and of course on top of this 4th game, we still have the match and win with the GHUB Toxic Bundle.
Yeah, so talagang sinagad namin yung code up until the very last game.
Alam
of
niyo
course,
naman style namin, guys.
Save the best for last. So again, grabe. I mean, at first it wasn't so obvious, but eventually GHUB just completely dominates that game. Grabe, Cool just totally was on fire, and he got a double quadra kill. Grabe, full stack Mage Eyes. It was a really dominating game, and it's nice to see GHUB with that kind of synergy, and basta they just played out their composition really well. And I'm kind of worried about LLP kasi it seems like when they take these late game compositions, they don't seem to have the proper tools to make sure that these. For example, kanina it was Jin Victor, and they weren't really doing much in that game. It was hard to watch.
The curtain calls wasn't being used to clean up or anything. In fact, they would use it too early before the fight even really begins. So questionable calls there from the side of La Liga Pilipinas.
Yeah.
And actually, the drafting phase has started. We are now into pick and bans.
Oh, there. Okay. So the pick and bans are gonna start. And we'll see. So Fizz, Morgana, Echo being banned on the side of LLP. So Echo taken away from Cool there. And Fizz is also being banned. Morgana banned as well. And then Azir, Zac, and Graves being banned on the side of GHUB. So Azir...
I called it, ban on Echo.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then Hayes, he does use Azir quite often, and Duel has used Zac as well. And then he did use Graves is still a strong jungler, so all respect bans pretty much for both sides. And Caitlyn being locked in for high, that should be that definitely pretty carry to use compared to Jin. Doesn't need as much support, so less pressure on Duel to save them.
So now they've taken those two away from GHUB. They will use it hopefully better than GHUB, so they can put up much more of a fight instead of like in the previous game where it was a steamrolling game. And now we have Kindred for Duel, and in response we have that
Trundle.
what do we have? We have
Trundle and Gragas being brought out, so good disengage, good front line so far. So now we just need the damage dealers. Heimer, I don't think that's gonna be locked in, but then again, you know, this is their last game. Maybe they want to make it a great exit. Yeah. I mean, more or less naman kasi secure na rin yung spot ng GHUB, so they can make this a fun one. Ezreal being locked in, so good AD mid-game damage already there, and then Heimer being their AP. Will this be like, you know, Neep would be so happy to be here if he saw this.
But no, they abort mission.
no donger for today.
No dongers for tonight.
Yeah, so Kindred and Braum.
Illaoi and
Illaoi. So Illaoi will be really interesting. Trinity Force again. The direction was switched up, and it indirectly buffed champions like Irelia, like Illaoi. So Illaoi was actually used a couple of weeks ago. I forgot from which team exactly. Pero she looks pretty good, especially in areas where she can set up all of her tentacles. Her ult just does an insane amount of damage. But then again, maybe LLP is fooling us. Mord is still open, and Rise is still in a pretty good spot.
I guess they still won't give up this game. Instead of bringing out some interesting picks, they might just go for standard meta ones instead.
Swain still a good pick. It's a pretty good flex pick for mid or top, so could be a potential pick. Rise Swain, that's a lot of heavy mid to late AP.
Ooh,
Riven. That, wow, will we? Wow.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, so...
Okay, wow.
So wow, Riven being locked in against Trundle. That's
so
gonna be
the Rise mid and the Riven top.
Yeah, or it could actually even be switched depending on the mid lane matchup. Pero yeah, most likely it's gonna be Rise mid and Riven top. Riven could definitely put down a lot of early game damage against Trundle. To be honest, since I'm not really a top laner, I don't know how the matchup goes. But I think Trundle will have a slightly hard time. I don't think the sustain will be enough to really Riven is one of the biggest top lane bullies anyway. So expected naman na sobrang hirap talaga ng lane na yan. But it will be up to Jaja to make sure that Cool's laning phase doesn't suffer too much, especially since sobrang hype siguro ni Cool kanina sa game 1. So if
with
siguro,
a double quadra kill.
Burns looking to get his revenge.
Medjay.
Sabi niya, guys, ito na, magde-Riven main na ako. Ito na yung moment ko. He's gonna be the one to get the double quadras this time.
Lalabas na yung box in him.
The box plays, hopefully. And we're just waiting for mid.
Ooh, Talia.
So this is a toxic special, syempre. And I've been waiting for this, no? So for those who don't know, who haven't been catching up with the patch notes, Talia was actually buffed recently. They reduced the time that the work ground is up. So basically, what happens with work ground is you can only cast your Q with the 5 stones every 180 seconds. At least that was before.
Yeah.
Pero they reduced it to 140. So early game, pangit pa rin yung laning phase ni Talia. But as time comes and she gets that CDR, her Q seriously starts to become a bother. And she's gonna be mostly used here for her utility and her CC. Grabe, sobrang useful talaga ng ult niya if you use it properly.
If you use it properly, otherwise it
minsan
makes for
pwede siyang troll
awkward fights.
Minsan pwede pa siyang pan-troll.
Yung
babaran yung
pinigilan
team
mo
nyo.
yung sariling team mo.
Tapos biglang nilock in mo yung buong team mo sa Baron Pit. Tapos, GG. Pero Toxic he's a very good Talia. So we have faith. We have faith in this one that there will be no troll, please. So we were right. That's going to be a Rise mid and a Riven top. And looking at the rundown.
So Cool here for GHUB with that 382 GPM, 3.2 KDA.
Yeah, so looking good
for the
there.
top lane of GHUB.
Especially from the game earlier. I'm sure he's a happy boy.
Jaja with a 67% kill participation and 5.2 KDA as the jungler for GHUB.
Yeah, so also quite a happy boy as well.
And Toxic, again, guys, we have a match and win bundle for GHUB.
Yes.
Toxic. The guy has 66% kill participation, 3.9 KDA, and 391 GPM for the mid.
Yes, and for AD carry, that's going to be GHUB Valberts. Wow, so ADC, and he has 77 kill participation. So actually, that's supposed to be, 77 kill participation.
Good. And then we have Zhao with 74%, almost as close as his ADC for the kill participation there.
A lot of bot lane participation coming in from GHUB. Their top lane and bot lane definitely do their job quite well. And for LLP, that's going to be Burn in the top lane with 60% KP. That's 349 gold per minute and 2.3 KDA. So average stats there. And for LLP Duel, that's 1.7 KDA, 65% kill participation, and 323 gold per minute. So
not as effective as Jaja.
Duel has been struggling recently with the recent games. And then that's going to be Hayes in the mid lane with 69% kill participation, 394 GPM, and 2.5 KD. So he's also been doing, he does quite well, though he does struggle relative to his mid lane counterparts, especially sila Light, for example. And EXO been doing quite well recently.
And we have High here for War Gods sa Liga Pilipinas as their ADC with 57% KP and 363 GPM. Yeah,
the bot lane, the game earlier was a huge blow, actually, to the stats. And finally, that's going to be Kush on support. That's 61% KP, 251 gold per minute, and 1.8 KDA. Syempre, kung mas mataas yung KDA niyan, that's not really good for supports anymore.
Yeah.
So we expect that as long as the KP is there.
It could be because of the assists.
Yeah. Give the benefit of the doubt that those were assists.
Wow. All right, guys. So again, this is going to be Game 4 of Week 7, Day 1 here in the Pro Gaming Series Summer Split 2016. Again, I am Aika, and with me here today is
Amplifier.
All right, guys, so get excited. You still have the match and win code to look forward to, as well as some explosive fights. Now that we have a Talia in the mix here in this game, that is going to be quite a treat to watch. Again, we still have the GHUB Toxic bundle. Incidentally, he's also the one sporting the Talia.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no Talia skin, but we do have a Program Lissandra, a Ghost Bride Morgana, Hextech, Anivia, Bladecraft Oriana, and a Snowday Malzahar.
Yeah, so grabe mga mid laners, abang na kayo dyan. Make sure your log client's open and do watch out for the code. So if we have new viewers and you don't know how Match and Win works, basically, may lalabas na code sa screen at any random time. Even we don't know when the code will pop out, but eventually it'll come out. All you have to do is go to the code section of the shop on the log client. Then go to the code section, type in the entire code that pops out on the screen, and you have to guess that one missing character. If you get it right, And if you're the first, you get all these 5 skins for free.
Yep, all yours, all yours. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's head into Game 2 between War Gods La Liga Pilipinas versus GHUB. So, on the blue side, for War Gods La Liga Pilipinas, we have Burn on that Riven top, Duel on that Kindred jungle, Haze on the Rise mid with that teleport, High on the Caitlyn ADC, and Kush on that Braum support.
Meanwhile, on the red side, it's going to be GHUB, Cool in the top lane with Trundle, Jaja in the jungle with the Gragas, Toxic in the mid lane with the Talia that we're looking forward to, and then in the dual lane, that's going to be Valberts and Zhao with Ezreal and Janna.
Alright, so yeah. This is it, guys. The last game for this evening. Sana gising pa kayo, because if not, make sure to grab a can of Bacchus energy drink. Drive your energy.
Yes,
we swear, guys, even if energy drinks are not your thing, this is the real deal. It's pretty good.
All right. And taking a look at the team composition, so actually, LLP's team comp looks pretty relevant throughout the entire game. You have really good early game damage. Alam naman natin kung gaano kasakit yung Riven and Caitlyn during their early game. And then towards late game, Kindred and Rise will also start to hurt. The only problem with their team composition is probably the lack of engage. So they don't have any reliable form of engage except maybe a flash ult from Braum, which is not exactly the best way to engage. Meanwhile, for GHUB, it looks more like well, it's a bit more balanced. You have good AD damage from the Ezreal, and then you have nice AP damage coming from the Gragas and the Talia, with better engage, of course, from the Gragas. So things look a bit more balanced for GHUB. They just have to make sure this Ezreal is kept safe throughout the game and then can kite well, especially since you have a lot of nice disengage from the other 3 members of GHUB. So looking more balanced. LLP has to snowball, actually, to win. If they can get this Riven and this Caitlyn and this Rise all going and then split push throughout the entire game, then they can possibly win. But if they don't snowball, it's gonna be really hard, especially once 5v5 start. Kasi di nga kayo makaka-engage except if, you know, Kush is a miracle worker.
Yeah.
And
even if you try something, there's still the Gragas and the Janna.
Yeah, that's true. So actually, Burn received a lot of damage in that little duel they had earlier, underestimating the early game damage of Cool there. And he went for the Doran's Shield, so not going for the aggressive item start. He goes a bit more defensive. Although, we'll see how this top lane will fare. This mid lane actually medyo boring to because it is quite difficult.
Alright. So, yeah. You do have... Yeah, Rise is gonna have a hard time trying to get near that Aliyah for chance. Again, we have here a duel between Duel and Jaja, the junglers, getting at each other. Although Toxic here with a flash, but gets snared into place and able to hit it with his rocks. So first blood goes to Duel on that Kindred.
Oh, and Toxic still trying. Oh, there's a flash.
Oh, we have the flash in there and the snare onto Toxic by Haze. Haze is low on mana. Toxic is low on health. Who will fall down first? He lays down his rocks there.
Oh, nice.
And Cool takes him out. Wow, Cool as well takes out Toxic, though Toxic was able to take down Haze instead. And it is a kill for a kill, and it keeps on going here with Cool going really low.
Oh my gosh.
And Duel takes him for a kill. And that will be 2 for 2.
Yeah, man. So much early game action at this point. And to think, medyo late game scaling yung mga champions natin. Kindred and Rise ideally don't like to fight during that early part. Pero it was very unfortunate kasi when Toxic flashed in earlier, he pointed his Q the wrong direction. So yung mahirap kasi sa Q ni Talia is once you cast that initially, yun lang yung direction na pupuntahan niya. All 5 stones are going to go in that direction. So you have to be very careful with the way that she used
And he also got
skill.
snared by Haze.
Yeah, that too. With a flash forward from Haze. And that should be advantageous actually for LLP. Kasi a lot of the kills went to their carry. So you have, you have an assist on Rise, you have 2 kills on Kindred.
Yep.
And then a kill on Riven. So very good early start here coming in from LLP. And they do want to snowball. So this will bode well for their win conditions.
So of course Kindred, despite the nerf, still quite good with once he gets that Blood Razor and the Runans, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So
we'll see how the organization
oh,
goes.
but here in the top lane, Duel is coming in with that double buff. He has gotten 2 kills already, and he's quite confident. But Cool is too safe under his turret, so just a recall for now.
Yeah, I mean, despite yung mga nerfs actually kay Kindred sa early game niya, she's actually
still pretty painful.
Yeah, it's actually really annoying, especially if you're caught out of position and you give her the chance to, or you give them the chance to kite you. It's really just kiting for days.
Yep.
Especially with the burst from that E. So you have to be very careful and make sure you ward out. You want to be the one catching Kindred off guard, not the other way around.
You want to ward the jungle paths properly. Make sure you know when Kindred's coming in your own jungle.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Because expect him to just pop out from nowhere as well.
Yeah, actually what would be ideal here is siguro yung pwedeng gawin ng GHUB is Ezreal's a very safe AD carry. He can actually farm under tower. So Zhao and Jaja can actually roam around with Taliyah post 6 to start hunting down, try to shut down Ryze and Kindred. Because when you have a Toxic and Jaja post 6 duel against Haze and Duel, it would actually definitely be in favor of GHUB since they spiked earlier. So once they hit that post 6, definitely they want to start roaming around, looking for those bigs.
Looks like, but before that, Haze wants a fight here in the mid lane before Toxic hits his level 6, and Duel is here from the side, chunking down this Taliyah, and Duel gets another kill. He is 3-0-0, 6 minutes into this game.
Oh man, great start in this early game actually for Duel on this Kindred, and actually not so good positioning there coming in from Toxic. Keep in mind, Taliyah sobrang immobile ng champion na yan. She has no mobility skills and she has no escape mechanisms aside from the CC coming in from her Unraveled Earth and her W. So other than those two abilities, there really isn't much she can do. So it'll be quite difficult for her. So yeah, it'll be quite difficult for Taliyah to get away from any ganks. And seriously, Duel is just having the time of his life.
But hold on, in the top lane here, GHUB taking out that pillar, and looks like before Duel gets back there, Duel already takes a kill, but Duel gets another one in his pocket. He already has 4 kills. He's proving to be quite a problem.
Yeah, so again, Duel 4-0, despite Burn not doing so well in this early game. Man, is Duel having the time of his life. So you know, you give some away for something else, I guess. Although Riven's really seriously becomes useless if you don't help her out. So I think Duel should be using this early game advantage to babysit Burn and make sure that he doesn't fall too far behind. Kasi sa mga Riven main dyan, pag binipilit natin ang Riven at hindi tayo na feed, alam naman natin ang result nun, di ba? So it'll be quite difficult for Burn in the laning phase.
It gets frustrating if you're a Riven and you haven't really taken many of the kills, or if you're not really carrying.
She's only 1-2 and she's behind by 10 CS, so things aren't looking so good. Kindred actually waiting in this bush.
Well, he is ahead by quite a lot in terms of resources.
Oh, there is.
And the ward there, they stop Cool in his tracks and are now chasing him down, but Duel doesn't have enough mana to keep this going.
Yeah, good pillar actually coming in from Cool. The flash from Duel, he was able to flash and it might have reached to prop the third hit.
Oh, in the mid lane as well, a fight is erupting. Toxic has laid down the groundwork for this Duel, but looks like they will not push for more.
Yeah, it's actually quite hard for Toxic, for Taliyah to land her abilities, especially yung W niya, because if you don't land the slow first, it takes actually very long for that W to proc. So Toxic has to be careful not to overextend against this Duel. So we'll see. So far in CS, things are looking quite even except for the top lane. See Burn still having a hard time against Cool. So we'll see how it goes. Still is pushing in, and Duel hanging out at the top side, looking to help out Cool once again. Let's see what happens. He is going to be invading, and there's the Riven. Yeah, Cool quite low, so he's going to be backing out. Rift Herald.
Alright, so
no, there's a ward.
Duel is going to ward around this Rift.
Oh, the flash!
Oh, stopped in his tracks there, and a flash in by Jaja.
Oh my goodness.
he knows Hayes is low on mana, but looks like they won't have enough damage to take him out.
Actually, that was really unfortunate because Toxic landed on the other side of his wall. He should have actually, I don't know how to control that actually, but you should be able to jump on the side that you choose when you're using Toxic. Sadly, Hayes flashed through. And Toxic should have anticipated that actually, but they aren't able to finalize the kill onto Hayes. They do, however, get good control over this Dragon Pit, and this first Mountain Drake should definitely be theirs. One of the best dragons to get for any team, so this will be a good secure for the side of LLP. So let's see top lane go.
Oh, here we have Cool trying to deal with two people. Again, he goes down. Looks like he won't be the monster that he was from the previous game. Must be quite frustrating though for the guy.
Yeah, although that was a pretty good trade. They knew that Dragon was going to be the next objective that GHUB would take. So LLP decide, okay, you know what, we can't contest that. It's not our power spike yet. Let's just go straight for this top lane, take the turret, try to help out Burn to get a bit more gold so he can catch up to Pool, fight him with a dueling potential. And they do exactly just that. The top turret, yep, it does go down, and they do push in that turret.
Alright, so that first Mountain Drake goes to GHUB, and now in the mid lane, another duel here erupts. Snare onto Toxic, but looks like Toxic is able to keep Hayes at bay. He's still quite low, but Zhao is in the vicinity. So he's still safe for now.
Yeah, now Zhao is starting to roam. Exactly what I said. So, ito talaga yung best option na that. They just keep Balberts, hiding under the turret. He is a very safe laner. And then Zhao can just roam around with Jaja, with Toxic, so that they can make more picks onto this Rise, and maybe onto Kindred, who has been roaming around quite a lot. And this bot lane still pushing in favor of LLP, but that's fine. GHUB don't really want to dominate the bot lane so much. They just want to keep Ezreal farmed up so that Zhao can make picks elsewhere on the map. Kindred's actually here, so they do spot her out. GHUB looking for a pick at mid, but they changed their mind. They are spotted out actually. And the pink ward remains alive.
Yes. Actually, come to think of it, how many stacks does Duel already have?
Oh, let's check. That's 4.
Oh.
It's actually pretty good.
So that's like
12
what,
minutes.
20? They changed it, right? So it's 5 for each stack.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty good at 12 minutes. We'll see if they'll be able to make it reach 6. This Retero, though, being secured by Cool. This will actually really help Cool to continue dominating this top lane and further, make Burn cry as he falls behind in CS. That Retero was given to Cool, so he will be able to get a 20-minute buff against Burn.
Yeah, so
and hopefully get
this
this
Riven pick not making much sense just yet for La Liga Pilipinas. Not quite sure what they plan to do, given that this supposed carry is already on the back foot for their team. Though we do have a very good turnout for Duel. So maybe, I guess, Duel is going to carry his team on his back instead.
Yeah, Riven, maybe she can just continue to keep consistent with the CS, get those items. And
then spotted out by the ward there, though. Toxic getting low, but Duel is going to pursue him relentlessly and does get another kill. He's already 6-0.
Yeah, the one thing that any Taliyah hates are mobile champions that can just run up to your face, pretty much.
And that is exactly what a Kindred is.
That's what a Kindred is, sadly. And I mean, the last thing that Taliyah should be doing is, checking brushes and roaming around too much without vision. Once you enter that bush and someone's in there, chances are you aren't gonna make it out alive.
And without a sweeper as well.
Yeah, and he actually went for an aggressive summoner spell set with the Flash Ignite. So since you don't have the cleanse, you don't have the heal, you really have to play defensively and make sure that there's vision. The problem is there isn't much vision for GHUB. A lot of the bot river side is in favor of LLP's vision.
Oh, in the top lane though, Cool might be in trouble. Duel is here with a lot of damage and an ultimate to seal the deal. Burn finally getting revenge onto Cool there. It is now 8-3 with 5 kills lead for LLP.
Yeah, but Jaja looking to get revenge.
Yeah, looks like GHUB is coming here with 2 teammates in the top lane to finish off Burn. Burn there staying after that kill, getting a little too overconfident.
Yeah, and actually the vision from GHUB is not doing so well. Kindred just walked up the river just like that to get that kill. They're making it too easy for Kindred to get her marks, actually. So they have to improve their vision and make sure that this Kindred is spotted out. She's seriously Scare right now at 601, and she's already got the Phantom Dancer as well. So in terms of dueling potential, you know, she shuts down a lot of the damage of anyone who tries to go against her. Let's see if GHUB plan on improving their vision. Sightstone is already up for Zhao, so he might want to spread and share that vision with the rest of the team. Especially that top side. Cool cannot be overconfident, giving these kills to burn. So Scuttle being secured, and the next dragon is Infernal. At 1 minute, there's the wall.
Toxic there, just swooping in.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
Duel. That is a shutdown, the long-awaited shutdown for GHUB onto Duel there.
That's how you do it. So Talia finally getting her share of the spotlight. Yeah, that's exactly how you land the chain CC. You use the E and then use the W to proc the explosions from her Unravel Earth, and then the Q, because there's pretty much nothing you can escape from. The Q is very hard to dodge with all of those slows in the CC, especially with the body slam. So good work coming in from GHUB. You want to see more picks like that. And
whoa! But looks like Hayes is in trouble here in the mid lane. Toxic tosses him into his arms, and now Jaja with that follow-up cast there. Zhao as well, just putting down the exhaust to be safe. And now Toxic has taken that kill, another kill for himself. He's now at 3-3-2. And is getting back into this game. Yeah,
so in terms of gold, he is catching up now with only a few hundred to spare before he does make it there. He is, though, quite behind by CS, so good job from GHUB to help out Toxic, to get back into this game. And so far, Valburst, he's doing just fine. He's only a couple of CS behind. And Cool, well, he's being a troll up there. So, no problem.
He's cool. He's just chilling.
Yeah, chilling. He's just chilling. So things slowing down now. Although that is kind of in favor of LLP, they do want the game to be quite slow. If anything nga, dapat yung aggression na pinapakita ng LLP, yung GHUB yung dapat gumagawa.
Yeah, because actually, it's quite surprising to see that Kindred so strong already in the early to mid-game, considering that you would need to ramp up before you even become super effective.
Yeah,
but
Kindreds are not supposed to be that
overpowered
that early part of the game. Grabe na talaga, top lane was just bullied way too hard during the early game, and that really favored Duel to get a couple of kills.
Burn is here, but looks like he's gonna get chunked down before he can even get close.
Yeah, Infernal Drake is live, and most of the vision is on the side of GHUB, though LLP do have a ward here. They know this is happening right now. The bot lane pushing in favor of LLP.
Push there, denying some vision. But yeah, so it looks like both teams will try and fight for an advantage over this next objective.
Yeah, both TPs are actually up, so if anything happens here, they'll both be able to respond. The burn.
Unless one of them dies.
Wow, it takes a lot of damage there.
Unless one of them dies.
Not expecting that. The Titanic Hydra burst is actually really freaking shocking once that thing hits you with the active. So LLP trying to push away the rest of the team. Though GHUB, they can respond. There's a TP coming in.
Yeah, you have the teleport, but looks like it's too late. Duel already securing that Infernal Drake for his team, and now High just goes down super fast there. Kush joining him in the grave, and now GHUB has caught up. It is 8-8 on the scoreboard, though still a 2k gold lead for the side of LLP, and they were able to secure the Infernal Drake, but they may be in for some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, when that combo of Toxic hits you, the EWQ, man, it's really shocking when you receive all the damage from that burst, but they will try and trade.
Duel here, overconfident, going right in there. He drops Lamb's Respite to stay alive, but looks like it will not be enough, though he gets really low. No one dies just yet, but Burn here with the follow-up damage uses ultimate to take down Toxic, and that will just be it.
Yeah, so Infernal Drake going to the side of LLP plus 3k gold lead. So things are looking very good right now for LLP, especially since sila yung scaling team. Ideally, during the mid-game, yung GHUB yung may dapat na significant lead in terms of gold and turrets, but that's not what happening. That
was pretty risky though, what Duel did. Just jumping into the middle of three people.
Yeah, actually, sobrang weird nga
he got first down super fast.
Yeah, when he jumped in, wala. Body slam.
Burst, Lamb's Respite.
You never jump in front of Gragas like that. That's just complete disrespect. He's gonna smack you with his stomach, seriously.
Good thing he stayed alive just enough to pop Lamb's Respite. Otherwise, that would have just been...
Magpasalamat siya, may Lamb's Respite siya doon.
Guys! Are you seeing this? Now, guess the missing code. It is the match and win GHUB Toxic Bundle. Hurry up and open your client if you haven't opened it yet, and type in furiously because you have the code right there. There's only one missing thing that you have to guess. That's OT3COPIJS2JDR. I don't know what that might be at OD. So guys, put on your thinking caps and let's see who will get those 5 skins.
Yeah, paunahan yun guys. So seriously, rush over to your local client right now. I hope you got a screenshot of that so you guys can get this the skins, and whoever wins it, congratulations, and do post on the PGS Rift and tag the Pro Gaming Series to let us know you got it. Yes, exactly.
Don't worry, no one will delete your post if it's that.
Yeah, don't worry. We want to know, of course, who won the bundle. So anyway, back to the game. 1,000 gold behind GHUB. Still looking to get their own lead in this game. 20 minutes in.
Oh, looks like Toxic is swooping in here in the bot lane, but yeah, La Liga Pilipinas saw that from a mile away.
Yeah, that was way too telegraphed. As in, sobrang kitang-kita yun. Ideally, if you're gonna be coming from that far, your team should have already been landing the CC before you come in. But unless you're extremely close when you cast that ult, it's way too slow. Literally, Hai just walked away from you. Sayang yung cooldown.
Not even like a flash or anything.
Sobrang sayang niya actually.
I was just, oh, okay. Thanks for warning me.
So Scuttle being locked in now, and they will be able to grab some vision in that bot lane. Keep Valbert safe as you see as he grabs some CS at the bot lane. Meanwhile, Burn still trying to push in that top lane to keep Cool busy. He does have proper vision.
Trying to catch up with the resources.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gragas looking for some picks here. They will try to get this mid, and they will actually uncontested since it's so pushed in. And they don't really plan to engage, so LLP, they actually, it's a, and they can make a pick.
Oh,
a lot of damage, but it's not enough.
Oh,
in the
Glacial
ult.
Fissure wasted there.
Yeah, completely missing. Guys, what's up with your ults, guys?
And I doubt that, you know, it's funny because I doubt that Duel will jump in again by himself.
After what happened earlier?
After what happened, but now that Glacial Fissure is out of the picture, I don't know how they're going to re-engage here.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. I actually find it a bit weird na inuna ni Toxic yung Abyssal Scepter. I would have rather he go for a more aggressive first item, especially since Ryze should be the one on the defensive. During the early game, he might want. I actually saw someone building the Hextech Proto Belt as a first item for Toxic, which is quite interesting because you do get an additional mobility with the active that you get from that, plus damage and the tankiness. So all of those things could actually really help Talia, plus the CDR too. So all of the things that come with Hextech, they could help her. But a bit defensive, so Toxic trying not to get, not so confident, I guess, with the matchup against Hayes, since he did punish.
It's funny how the code keeps popping up. Reminding us.
Yeah, just teasing that it's over. I wonder who. I actually wonder who won.
The next Drake will be up, though, in a minute. And I wonder what Drake this will be, although it looks like both teams are poising for a Baron instead. It is going to be a Mountain Drake.
So that would be really nice for either of these teams, actually. Both of them could use the true damage against objectives.
Yeah, and maybe LLP can finally get that top turret that Bird has been working on for a while.
Hindi siya makapush in kasi Cool is scary. He has Titanic and he has Sunfire.
Oh, swooping in that mid lane. Toxic there with a lot of damage onto Kush. Jaja flashing in. And the ultimate from Valbert will not be able to take anyone out, but he does manage to slay Duel, and now Burn has also taken out Jaja from this fight. It is one-on-one with Valbert's knocked down actually by Burn and taken out as well. That is 2 kills for Burn. It looks like he is finally getting some action here, and now, but he's taken out by Talia instead. Toxic getting those kills and Cool as well. This troll just trolling right along, happily gets a double kill, and Hayes is stuck right here alone with 3 people from GHUB onto him in the mid lane. He will not be able to run away from this one with Ajana there. And that is an ace secured by Cool.
Man, you know, the thing about Ryze is that when you press that ult, you feel like a god. You know, you just run up to the back line and try to kill everyone. And then eventually na-realize lang ni Hayes, ay, wala na pala yung mga teammates ko. And he just dies. Straight up, easy ace actually coming from GHUB, and that will be a pretty huge gold swing.
Ooh, Chow! But Duel back here for some cleanup onto Chow. Gets Chow.
Yeah,
doesn't seem like he'll be able to get more than that. Some of GHUB here, 2 people actually
Yeah,
try and go for this Drake.
Yeah, it's actually pretty risky. Burn could TP, you know, at any time. He does have it up, and Cool does not. He's actually still...
Ooh, and Cool just jumps into that Dragon Pit right there with 2 people onto him. Jaja slides out
no smites in there.
and goes on to Duel there. Jaja stuck in the middle of 3 people.
Smite.
We have a teleport coming in from Burn there.
Oh,
the Dragon is really low. Valbert's snare. Duel securing that Dragon for his team. Valbert is in a bad position, and Burn will just jump in over that ledge there. They're all on his tail. Will they be able to get him? Toxic swoops in to try and displace them. He takes his teammate's position instead in the grave, but Hayes is right here in the backline, feeling like a god once more with that snare onto Valbert. But Hayes will go down with a turret helping GHUB, and now Cool is on a rampage there. Double kill, just chucking everyone down. It is like this mid lane fight all over again. He gets a triple kill, and wow.
So actually, if we could get a replay of that, that would be great, because there was some clear miscommunication with GHUB there. Jaja body slams past the dragon, dies, and then gives a free dragon to LLP in that fight. So that was completely wrong for GHUB. They should have just been either focusing the dragon or everyone goes past that wall.
Still trying to last hit the dragon.
Yeah, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? We need your smite. And then it's too late. So yeah, we'll take a look at the replay. Oh, it's actually much past forward the dragon fight. But actually, this is weird. Toxic actually helps Burn to move closer to Valberts in that fight. So buti na lang hindi siya na-focus. But he eventually dies, actually. Yeah, Hayes is able to catch up eventually there. But yeah, medyo may miscoms yung GHUB in the dragon fight. The consolation prize is Cool gets a triple kill. So they should be happy that LLP went that far into the bot lane to give all those kills up. But anyway, I actually don't know who won that clash, because actually, to me, everyone was a loser in that clash. They gave messy fights everywhere. Buti na lang the DR went over to LLP, so they will be investing towards that late game. If they get the mark of the Elder Dragon, that's huge buffs to damage on champions and to true damage on objectives.
That is true. So it looks like both teams at 26 minutes are neck and neck, 15-16 on the scoreboard, both at 48k gold, both 3 turrets, and you know, just a little bit, just 1 Drake on top of GHUB, over GHUB for the side of LLP.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy that these guys are making the last game of our night exciting for us.
And very, very bloody.
I'm very proud actually of LLP, because they're actually looking good in this game. Sadly, it's their last one, but at the same time, they can be happy that they're going to leave the PGS with a game like this. So, you know, Duel bringing himself back in, he actually has a great KDA right now. 836.
Oh, the speed boost there by GHUB, and the body slam to reach high. Looks like even the ultimate from Valbert's not enough to take him out. That was a really close call for La Liga Pilipinas.
Yeah, and man, they're going all in here. Burn is again
still working on this top lane turret.
I want it. I want that top lane, and Cool is much faster right now with the split push. He's clearing the waves faster, especially with the help of that Titanic. So they are able to get this bot turret. Not worth.
Valbert's just deleted by Duel there, and Duel is quite angry. Gets a double kill for his team, and Cool might be in trouble here. Flashes out to safety. Speed boost from Zhao will help a great deal.
Yeah. Okay, so that was actually pretty worth from GHUB. You're able to at least open up the bot turret in exchange for a couple of kills. I guess that's fine. The objectives are what GHUB are, because
Burn just used this ultimate.
Yeah, that was actually a bit weird.
No one.
Yeah, anyway, so let's pretend that didn't happen. This Baron is going to be focused now by LLP. GHUB is on a crucial time right now. Their damage is going to start falling off, and Rise and Kindred are going to go crazy. This Baron, uncontested because of those kills.
But looks like Cool is coming in. He
no, Cool, what are you doing?
The water and gets locked down by 5 people from LLP. It is a shutdown for Burn. Man, that must feel good for Burn.
Okay.
Finally getting his revenge on Cool.
I take back my words. That bot turret was not worth. Abort plan. GHUB, that was actually not worth.
Yo, I think both teams are just going YOLO on this, considering that.
Actually, feeling ko nga parang, tara, push bot. Tara, BR na.
Ala, BR, pasok.
So it feels a bit weird, pero yeah, that bot lane, after the 2 carries died, it definitely did not feel worth. GHUB has they do have a bit of a tendency to have this uncontrolled aggression.
Yeah.
They need to have that better instinct to know, guys, it's time to back out. or
Yeah.
we're all gonna die here at bot lane and lose turret.
Though now because of GHUB's mistakes, actually Burn and Duel looking really well in terms of resources.
Yeah, and the most horrible thing about giving LLP Baron is that there's so many members here that can split
benefit
push.
them. Yeah.
And I mean, Ryze, no one can 1v1 Ryze on the other side except for Trundle. But what if Riven and Ryze both split up? You can't have Trundle split himself in two because, he's the only one who can 1v1 these guys. So
He's the only one who can get a triple
yeah,
kill.
Ezreal and Talia need to stick with their team. So if they do decide, I mean, right now it doesn't seem to be occurring to LLP that they can actually do that. But if ever it does,
It is though. Burn is
Burn is
getting
actually
back
moving
onto
up.
that top lane turret.
Yeah, so yes.
Like, I missed you.
Yeah.
I've been working on you for so long.
Yeah, he has to be able to secure that one. Cool though. Does respond, and Toxic actually goes over to
And
bot
they can
lane.
just siege this mid lane, actually.
Yeah, I really am waiting for Ryze to just split up and go to this bot turret. He actually should have been doing that before Toxic
Yeah,
cleared
and
the wave.
considering the rest of his team wouldn't be that vulnerable since Duel will be there, you also have the protection from Push to be able to back off.
And actually fighting in the lane, in the mid lane is not the best environment for
LLP
LLP.
right now.
Yeah, because GHUB, I mean, when Jaja is able to
Ooh.
body slam ult you,
No rock surfing for now, more Toxic.
yeah. So things will be pretty awkward for LLP if they go for a straight up 5v5.
Oh, and Dragon is now live. This is an Infernal Drake, another Infernal
That
Drake.
mountain buff.
Going to La Liga Pilipinas. So that is now
Oh, wow.
two stacks of Infernal Drake for La Liga
Yeah.
and one stack of Mountain.
Yeah, so if GHUB doesn't end this in around the next 10 minutes, they've already lost the game. Ryze and Kindred are seriously painful right now, and unless Cool gets like another quadra kill or something, then there's seriously not much of a chance that GHUB can get back in this game. Ryze and Kindred are late game champions, and we're entering post 30 minutes, so there's a serious timer on GHUB. They have to do something very quickly, make sure they use GHUB's Toxic's ult, and Jaja has to find a way to catch one of these carries off guard. But even if they do, the Lamb's Respite and
Is
the
still
disengage
there,
from
yeah.
Braum, it just does so much for them to stay alive in team fights. So
Yep.
I'm unsure what GHUB can do at this point to try and secure the win. They weren't even able to get this bot inhibitor yet, so things not looking so good. And GHUB are really pushing in the vision within the territory of GHUB.
Yeah, and LLP, of course, doing a good job of controlling the map. Look at those wards all over.
Yeah, seriously, every side, all the sides have been covered with vision from LLP. So, man, it's nice to see LLP doing this well on their last game. I mean, nakakita na tayo ng mga game dati na kapag last game na nila, oh, ito na, YOLO, Seraph ADC, kung ano-ano. Pero, it's nice to see LLP, exiting with a great game and maybe even a win at this point. I seriously think they have what it takes to win this game.
They have the resources and they have the factors stacked up for their favor.
And Burn,
Burn
being a
is now
nuisance again.
decides to go for bot instead.
Yeah, let's see if okay, so Talia is there, and seriously, Ryze, you can go top if you want, but they're choosing to keep him here. Probably because they're just trying to make sure, or trying to ensure that they don't lose in
They
the team
probably
fight.
want him for endurance.
Though I seriously think there's a huge potential for them to outmaneuver GHUB if they go 1-3-1. But we'll see if ever that strat occurs to them. Right now, they're still going for the 0-4-1s with Push and Burn, receiving a lot of damage there. The rest of the team is there to respond though. Duel starting to just hover back to mid and top, mid and bot. So this is the part where we wait.
Yeah.
Let's see if Jaja can
Well,
land a
considering that
nice
is
ult.
a cape lane and a Braum, they can just siege this.
Yeah.
We have the movement speed boost there coming in from Zhao. We
Oh,
have
no,
some
Toxic!
rock surfing by Toxic snared and deleted once again.
That's what you call surfing to your death.
Mistakes were made, guys.
Yeah, mistakes were made. Sabihin na lang natin na misclick niya yung R. As in, guys, no. No, actually, impossible yun kasi you have to actually press that twice. So, he decided to do that. And he regretted that. I'm sure. I mean, I was just about to
this
say...
is a free turret for
Yeah.
La Liga Pilipinas. It looks like this is the opening they've been waiting for to boost their confidence and take out an inhibitor. Baron will be live in a minute and 30. They may, go for... Actually, no. Burn was able to take down that turret in the bot lane.
Yeah, so objective-wise, things are looking good for them. 3 dragons, so keep in mind, kapag naka-mark of Elder Dragon sila, guys, as
Masakit
in,
yan.
sobrang sakit niyan.
May burn
Double
yan.
Infernal plus Mountain Drake.
Magbo-burn na talaga si Burn.
Yeah, they will melt anyone who comes in their path, especially if you go up against this Rise or this Kindred. Things will really get nasty during this late game. 34 minutes in.
And considering that, LLP also has good wave clear, so in terms of letting their 1 or 2 lanes push, it won't be much of a problem.
Yeah. Really, there's so many options for LLP. Seriously, Rise.
Seriously.
Humiwalay ka na.
Seriously.
Sa iyong team, okay lang po yan. Pwede po kayo maghiwalay. Magkikita naman kayo ulit sa Nexus anyway. So, but right now,
so
GHUB, seriously, we get you can tell from the way GHUB is moving that they feel like they've run out of options. Kasi there's not much vision.
They're kind of just teetering over mid lane.
I mean, when you look at their team comp, the first thing that pops into your head is Ezreal must snowball and melt everyone. Otherwise, GG. Because Talia's, you don't lock her in for damage. And I think GHUB must have forgotten that because when they were drafting, they probably didn't realize that Talia does not do damage in the late game. So when you only have Ezreal left to deal damage, then you're either looking to pick off people one by one, which is not going to happen with the lackluster vision they have right now. There's really not much options left for GHUB at this point unless LLP make a extremely horrible mistake.
LLP is quite ready for this Baron. They have a lot of vision around it. And they will need to reward
10 marks right now on Kindred.
Wow, that's a lot.
And
that is 50.
Yeah, that's 10-3-7 Kindred with a mark on Baron right now. So really just icing on top of the cake. That is their final game
on top.
of the PGS and looking to make a grand exit. If Jin was here, that would be the perfect curtain call, honestly, in their last game on the PGS. But we'll see.
That is true.
Right now, there is vision from both sides on Baron. This is the
this
crucial fight.
This could still be a Baron throw. Hopefully not. It would be such a waste given everything they built up.
Kawawa naman yung LLP kung Baron throw pa to. This is their last game.
Well, you have the Guardian Angel on to high, so hopefully that'll help as well. You do have Zeke's also, and a lot of defensive items as well for the others.
There's a Baron melting away so quickly. There's a
TP.
TP.
A teleport, but too late because that melted really, really fast. And with an Infernal and a Mountain Drake stack, that is easy peasy for La Liga Pilipinas. Will they finally get this top lane turret though? Yeah,
Elder Mark is actually live right now, but they don't need that. They can rush in with this Rise and, with this Kindred and still continue to melt people with that double Infernal. They have a lot of additional bonus, they have bonus damage against champions. Yeah. So this is really scary.
GHUB feels it. They feel the heat right now.
They feel that their damage has come online. Yung maganda sana dito is, oh wait, there's almost a fight there.
But even Burn has Guardian Angel, so if ever they do manage to pick someone off or even take them down.
Wait, why is there a toxic ult there? But his ult, there, it's off cooldown now. Why? What happened there? What was he planning to do?
I think it was going to be like mid all over again.
Oh my god,
but this time they were able to stop him.
Toxic, no.
Toxic, not this again.
Yeah, not this again. If he's gonna be using his ult, it should be complementary with Jaja's CC. Jaja should be the one starting
but
the
Jaja
fight.
is, he's kept at bay by that high. That's a lot of pain coming in from Caitlyn.
Yeah, so much range, and Ezreal just can't find an opening to land that bow.
As well as he doesn't even have flash right now available to him for those flash explosive cast engages.
That's true. So really few options now, and the Elder Dragon, both of them, rushing towards that. If only there's like a running theme music. Like, what's that? Yeah, but then, anything, any theme music to be running towards this.
And then they settle for Grom.
Or we could just, use the Pokemon theme song again,
Alright.
just use it again. No, hindi bagay. Yeah, but we'll see. Oh wow, Burn is actually pushing again. I don't know what they're planning to do. Cool is gonna move up now.
He's really obsessed about this top lane.
Yeah, these
he
two
wants to
inhibs.
prove something to Cool.
Yeah, this is actually very awkward. That Elder Dragon is gone. That's just all in the hands right now of LLP, and it's really the cherry on top of the cake of their win right now. That's a huge boost.
Trying to steal
huge damage. Look at Cool burn from the. Oh my goodness.
Burn, baby, burn. Cool is in trouble, and in the bot lane here, Toxic is going down super fast. Ace in the hole will be popped, and High takes out Valberts. Will the rest of GHUB fall here. They will just run back home, and now Burn is just taking out this inhibitor like it's no problem. Zhao teetering around him, but not really trying to do anything. Cool comes in for some revenge here, but you know, given that Burn already has Guardian Angel, not a good idea.
Yeah, the main carry of GHUB is dead, and there's 30 seconds to go. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the last game of the day and the very last game of LLP. They make a statement. You know, they say that, you know, we might be, you know, the bottom half of the standing, but we're not gonna go down without a fight. And man, you know, Burn just enjoying, you know, this, you know, reveling in the moment of the Elder Dragon plus Baron plus all the burning everywhere, man. Just a beautiful exit.
And just for swag points, we have 2 double kills on the side of LLP. War Gods La Liga Filipinas takes Game 4, and that'll be a 1-4-1 in this last matchup for this evening for the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Summer Split.
Yeah, so GG well played to LLP. Man, I wish they performed that way the entire split.
I know,
but
right?
of course, you know, you can't win everything. LLP though exiting with, you know, that was a great exit actually from them. I'm hoping that GHUB was... They better fix this draft. They can't repeat drafts like this coming into Rampage. I mean, they've pretty much secured the spot in Rampage, and I know this was the last game. I know they secured it, but the biggest sickness ng lahat ng mga pinakamagagaling team sa mundo is yung pagiging kampante.
Actually,
that
is true.
Yeah.
I'm quite curious as to how solid they are with this Thalia pick.
Yeah.
Given that, I don't know if it's them thinking or underestimating La Liga Pilipinas, or if they're really comfortable with it. But it looks like it was questionable.
Yeah, I mean, Thalia is fine as a pick. It's just the rest of the picks were not really. Yeah, it was the execution. Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, props to GHUB, kasi this is their first split ever in the Pro Gaming Series, and they make it straight up to Rampage. As compared to, for example, a team like...
But the players aren't...
Yeah, the players have been around. But, you know, as a team, of course, it feels good that the first time you enter split, tas pasok agad kayo sa playoffs, diba? Sarap naman na feeling na yun. Unlike, for example, a team like Naga, they've been around for quite some time, but had only made it into the playoffs once.
And
so
now they're getting...
yeah, they're actually,
relegated.
I think they might be relegated. So, GHUB, you know, they should be proud of themselves, but at the same time, wag kampante. They have to fix the issues that they faced in this game, especially against LLP. LLP were the underdogs, but man, they totally rolled over.
And who knows,
GHUB
if they build a really solid comp around this Thalia pick.
Yeah, it could work.
Yeah. It could really, you know, pull the rug out of a lot of teams.
Yeah. But again, GG well played, and thank you to these teams for the exciting last game of the day.
But of course, it is still just day 1 of the Pro Gaming Series Summer Split 2016 for Week 7. We still have more in store for you tomorrow. But before we end the evening, we will come back after just a really, really short break with an interview with the one and only Duel.
Yes.
Yeah, that kindred carry.
Yeah.
From the early game
sure
until the last.
We'll have a lot of questions for him after this. But we'll be back after a short break again, guys. There's still PGS tomorrow, and we'll be back after an extremely short break. You just hang in there. Again, I'm Amplifier.
I'm Aika, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
My build is a masterpiece. If this blue, then give it to me. If this blue, then give it to me. My keystone mastery was chosen accordingly. And if I cue into the red team, then I'll take that penalty. You're gonna thank me and say my build was revolutionary. Whoa, I'll slow you all spinning skills like crazy. Yeah, there's no way you win when you take on evolution. Come on, a masterpiece. My build is a masterpiece. If it's blue, then give it to me. If it's blue, then give it to me. This chroma that you see was chosen accordingly. And this tricky wasn't made for me.